So this was kind of born out of frustration. I call it my planner journal notebook. I was tired of using a calendar planner and a journal and wanted something that combined both. All I wanted was a planner that had a journal in it, but I could not find one to meet my needs, so I just basically made my own. The ones that I did find out there were either too thick, or too expensive, or thin paper, or had unnecessary layouts in them. And I don't need a journal or planner to create art in, I just need something that was practical. So if you're tired of trying to find the perfect planner for your lifestyle, you can do what I did and just create your own. It's simple, it's cheap, and I'm gonna show you how I set mine up. My name is Carsonial and I make videos to help you get organized and consistent in your life. So let's take the planner journal notebook and take a gander, shall we? Here's what I use for the setup. This is the Moleskine XL. It is basically a B5. It's 7.5 by 9.5 inches. I prefer the dotted paper, but you can get it in lined, plain, or squared. It has 192 pages and you can get it in the hardcover, which I like because I find it to be a little bit more durable, but you can also get it in soft cover. Then I've got these little post-it tabs which I use. You can just mark certain pages on the top or even the side of your journal with those. Then of course I've got a couple rulers that I use to make the straight lines, and my new favorite pen, which is the Pilot G2.38. Very fine point, and I'll have links for all this stuff below in the video description. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this layout. I draw out this calendar as a planner in the front of this planner journal notebook, starting with January all the way to December. The dividing line here is because I use this little part here to write out my bills for the month, and then I use this section to write out my to-dos for the month. And I have made a video where I show you specifically how to draw this calendar out, and it shows how to do it in the dotted paper, and it shows you how to do it in a lined Moleskine as well. So I'll make sure to put that video below if you want to follow it to draw this calendar out. I have changed the layout up just a little bit from the video I did last year. What I'm doing here, and this is kind of in a little bit random order because I kind of drew it as I thought about it, but what I've done here is I've made an area for quarterly goals. So I can write my goals on this left box for each quarter, and then I can put my results here as well as list out my goals for the whole year in this bottom box. On the right, this has pretty much stayed the same. I can list out books that I want to read throughout the year, and then I have a little column for each month down the left side because I typically read at least one book, if not more, per month, and I can document all those here. And what I like to do is once I've read a book, I use this Leuchtturm notebook, and I've got a video on this. It shows you how to make a commonplace book. So everything that I liked in the book, I'll come back and basically put in this little commonplace notebook. So just a side note. After this, I've got 2 pages that I use for travel, and we usually do a summer vacation. So this is an area where I can put budgeting or notes or whatever brainstorming I need to do for a summer vacation on this page. And then on the right, I just write down travel ideas or travel things I want to do for the coming year, as well as I still have my travel checklist of things that I can open up my journal and look at these and make sure I'm not forgetting anything when it's time to take the trip. The next page is what I'm really excited about. That's a new layout for goals. So earlier we had the quarterly goals, but this is where I can break things down into my monthly goals and not only write the goals, but also write the systems that I will use to accomplish these goals, which, if you've read it, I got the idea from this Atomic Habits book, which is an awesome, awesome book and a great read. So this, you can see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 areas to chart the goals for the month. And then I write pretty small, again, the Pilot .38, but I can write out my systems. If you write larger, you can do it however you want. This is just to give you some ideas. That's the great thing about doing this planner journal notebook, is you can customize it to yourself and what you want and what you need for your lifestyle. So this is my monthly goal tracker. On the left side, I've got the 6 F's. So we have faith, family, finance, fitness, friends, and fun. I thought this would be a fun and neat way to write down ideas which could pertain to the goals. But when I think of something that I want to do or accomplish as it pertains to one of these 6 F's, now I've got a space here where I can write that out and probably implement those things into my goals, or possibly even travel under fun stuff. But one thing that I could definitely do better is spend more time with friends. I love going to the gym, so I can put my health and fitness ideas and stuff here. Finance, this you could use for things like paying off debt or saving money. And then, of course, family and faith, just anything. It's just kind of a little brainstorming area that I've added in. Next, I've still got my gift ideas page. These are the people, basically family, that I will need to buy gifts for throughout the year. So this gives me a place when I think of something, or if one of these family members mentions something that they want, I can come here and write it down. And then when their birthday or Christmas comes around, you've already got some gift ideas. The right side of the page is for me and my wife, basically things that we want, things that we need, and things that we need to buy to wear. So this just gives a nice space in the journal to kind of keep track of things that we need. I've added this because we just bought a house, and so there will be things that we need to put here that we want for the house. And then I've got a little column here for business stuff because, like, I just bought a new light and different things that I'll think of that I need for YouTube or business stuff or work or whatever. The next 2 pages I've got set up for prayers and Bible verses. And this is just an area where I can write down specific prayers that I'm praying throughout the year for people. I can document when I'm praying it, what date it gets answered, things like that. Bible verses, this gives me a page to write down verses I'm either trying to memorize or meditating on, or just ones that I want to reference. The next page is for my kids. I do not know why I put this one in all caps and this one not, but Hannah and Jay. So those are my 2 kids, and throughout the year I can just write things that happen with them or accomplishments or whatever I want to track. I didn't even make it too structured. I just left it because I'm sure it'll change as the year goes, but I just wanted to have a page for each kid to document neat things for them. On this page, I don't have it filled out completely because I'm not sure yet what I'm going to put here, but this is a savings tracker. So I'm going to come up with a dollar amount that I want to save, and then this is an area where I can put the date, see the date next to where I deposit the money or whatever, and then I can just start filling this little thermometer type thing up all the way to the money goal. After that, I've left some blank pages for notes. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically, blank pages for notes. And what I'll use this for is, you know how it is, you're watching a YouTube video, or you hear something on a podcast, or just something that's like, oh, that's good advice. So now I have a place to just keep track of it, because in my old one, I would put it in the back in my brainstorming area and it would all get kind of lost. So now I've got dedicated page for notable quotables and just things that I want to write down for easy reference. So those are what I call the list pages. And after the list pages, that's where I'm just going to start my journal, which begins with January 1st. And I'll just make my daily entries. And here's the deal. We're all human. We are going to miss days. It's not going to be perfect. And that's okay. The important thing is to just have a journal where we're journaling. We're putting stuff in that are meaningful to us that we want to keep track of throughout the years. So think about the journal pretty much taking up the whole middle chunk of the planner journal notebook. So what I do at the end is I'll start at the end and work towards the front. And this is where I will put in just a bunch of brainstorming. I'm going to pull out my old one so you can see. So the back is just where I do mind mapping, brainstorming. I just fill it with all kinds of different things. Here's where I was saying I would write down things that I heard that I wanted to remember, but then it was all getting lost because there's so much stuff back here. But working from back to front, it just gives me a neat area to put whatever I want to. All kinds of different brainstorms and whatever it is that I'm working on. And then in the middle is where I've got all my journaling. And what I do for each date is I'll write down my weight so I can keep track of that. I also put it in the calendar part. But this middle section is just all the journaling stuff. And I've never run out of room for the journal. That's kind of why I start the journal and then work towards the back. And then my brainstorming and stuff, I start in the back and work towards the journal. But if you did run out of room, you could come back and use the back of the pages. I've just never needed to do that. So please leave me a comment. Let me know some ideas that you have that you would put in this planner journal notebook. I love reading your comments and getting your ideas. Don't forget I've put links for all this stuff, the notebook and the tools below, as well as the video that shows you how to draw the calendar out in the dotted or the lined Moleskine. You can get these in different colors too, by the way. I've just really enjoyed the black, and I've really enjoyed the dots just because it works with my style, I guess, and it's easy to make lines in. So take this planner journal idea and make it your own. Customize it however you want. Creating your own planner journal allows you to have a customized, all-in-one notebook to keep you organized and consistent throughout the year. If you've been looking for a simple solution for your planner, give this a try and have a little fun with it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos, and always remember to make a change or tomorrow will look like today. By the way, I've even made a pocket notebook planner that you can organize and conquer your week with using a field notes. You can watch that video here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.